Guys, this is the first video to our Homegrown Abroad channel, and ironically enough, as fun as this video was supposed to be, we just got a proper curveball. We had plans to live a very outdoorsy life in Mexico in a place of spring weather year-round. We love being outside. It's just, especially when the weather's good, it feels amazing. And we had looked at a yurt, basically to sleep in as a big family of 8. Would have been a bit of a squeeze, but if you can be outdoors all day, build an outdoor kitchen, but it's not happening. We got like I said, a proper curveball thrown. Admittedly, it didn't come out of nowhere. I just, hopelessly optimistic that we can make it happen. So basically what happened is we ran out of money. And, Mexico is supposed to be, the dollar goes a lot further in Mexico than in the United States. But when there's no dollar, it's not going anywhere. So what's left for us at this point is to pack up and move back to the United States. And my wife's American. Of course, our kids are, for me being German, they have all dual citizenship. So for them, it's easy to get there. I will have to get a green card or some form of residency visa. And then we're going to go back to normal life after 4 years of living abroad and living in Albania and Italy and Mexico. And just, work and, it sounds dramatic, but it really is kind of this, it's rough right now. Pick up the pieces of our life and starting to putting them back together. This is the third international move, but yeah, re-establishing a household. We had, we lived the normal American life, young family, 2 kids, sold everything, moved to Germany. Then when we moved to Albania, we sold most of everything, which Albania wasn't permanent. We knew it was only planned for a few months. Basically what we did is we wanted to have a little bit of family time before our oldest had to go to school in Germany. So we took some parental leave after we had our 4th child and went to Albania for 5 months. And then we were going to go back to Germany, and our oldest would start school, and we would, live a normal life. However, in those 5 months in Albania, we had a change of heart. We felt like we should homeschool our kids, which is absolutely illegal in Germany. You can't do that. And so we ended up removing our residency from Germany, went back to Albania then to figure the rest out. My wife was, working, basically self-employed, had an income that's location independent, online income. And so we decided to live in Italy because you can homeschool there. The doors shut, COVID was still a thing, and we had to leave because my wife is a non-European Union citizen. And with COVID, all the government offices shut down for the immigration and whatnot. So we ended up going to Mexico because any other country wasn't open, but the company my wife was with was represented in Mexico. So, long story short, we came to Mexico, lived here for 3 years, and now we're about to move back to the States. Mexico was fantastic. The whole Italy was challenging for my wife. She was pregnant with our 5th one. And we lived in a stone house. It was winter, it was freezing cold, but yet we've made a lot of great memories. And same in Mexico, but we've always lived on very little money, which is okay in a way. It taught us a lot. It shows you what's really important, but at some point, when even the little money is not enough, or no money, then take a drastic step. And I want to give a massive shout out and thanks to my mother-in-law. All of our family is helping us, but she is really putting her head down, helping us getting back to the States. And then it means I have to apply for a green card so I can work and provide for my family. So it's gonna be, we're gonna have some challenges coming up. And so I just want to hit on what our plan was for income, and really still is, but it just didn't work out the way we were hoping for. But being entrepreneurs, which sounds so hip these days, but it's no joke. But my wife has been in the health and wellness industry for a long time. She knows a lot about the body, how food and what kind of effects ingredients have in our body. And of course, us having 6 kids, they were all born at home. She has a ton of knowledge on home birth. And so we basically created a course for home birth education. And yeah, the challenge with a digital product or a course like that is you don't have a physical storefront. People don't walk by. You don't have billboards or whatever. Being constantly on a budget, you can't just throw a bunch of money into ads and put yourself out there. So you gotta grow that organically. And anyway, this is a whole story of its own, but that was our plan. And being in the online space, in the right place at the right time, but that doesn't mean it's going to be a instant success. So anyway, if you are curious about home births, I'll put the link below. But for now, as we are doing this journey, breaking down the tents here in Mexico and packing up, moving to the States, flying over there, and then starting with nothing, basically. Yeah, I'd love for you to join us. Check it out. There's gonna be fun things. Our kids are fun. They are wild. They're awesome.
I caught a green iguana.
And how do you catch them so good?
I don't catch them really good.
Yeah, you do. You always get them.
Well, the lizards, I catch them
The
good.
lizards, yes, but the iguanas, no.
Ah! Oh my gosh! Ah! Look at that thing! That is incredible. Look at him. And you guys aren't afraid he'll bite you?
No, because we know how to get him where he won't bite us.
He's like, what is that thing? Watch out. Look at those feet and that tail.
There's gonna be a lot of hard moments. Not every video is gonna be fun, but it's gonna be authentic. We want to show you the mess too. We're a normal family. We're not in heaven, yeah? Nobody lives a perfect life, no matter how perfect it looks like. But yeah, we're not afraid to show it, and we want to invite you to come along with us and join us as we establish a life as a family of 8 and see how that goes. Follow us. You're invited. Some random bits about me. I love the mountains. Here we are. Oh geez, how high are we up? We live above, like 2,200 meters above sea level. And I love the mountains. I love mountain biking. And every time we live in a place with mountains, I don't have a bike. And we're about to move to Greater Atlanta, Georgia, where it's flat. Still don't have a bike. But here, our house is close by here, and could just hop on the bike out of the yard and get into the mountains. And I mean, it goes up. There's a volcano here that it's not active anymore. 15,000 feet high. We can get to the top and ride all the way down here. I mean, I love Mexico. The country is incredibly beautiful. The people are amazing. It's the end of dry season. It's an absolute dust bowl here. You see sometimes kind of like a little tornado. Dust devils blowing across the fields. But yeah, this place has been amazing. We've met some amazing people here. Mexico has a lot more to offer than just beaches. The beaches are nice, but you're absolutely missing out if you don't go to places like this. Amazing food, amazing people. This area is very safe. And when people say, oh, Mexico is dangerous, there's a statistic, it's a few years old now, but they ranked all the countries safest on number 1 to the unsafest, which is like, 160 something, whatever, however many countries are on the list. And Mexico ranked 140. However, the United States ranked 128. So the United States aren't much safer than Mexico statistically, and we've never had bad experiences. I mean, we got ripped off a couple times. It was in the touristy places. The first time we got ripped off was by an American. And the other time was, well, we had to move out of our house because we couldn't afford to live there anymore. Story of our life here in Mexico. It is what it is. I wouldn't want to miss this time here in Mexico. But of course right now it's really hard, and I'd be like, I wish we would have never traveled. We would have just stayed and lived a normal life, which there's nothing wrong with that. However, I guess having 2 kids in Mexico gave us permanent residency here. We can come back anytime. But it's tough right now. Can't believe you have to leave like this, but it's how it is. Maybe we'll come back one day.